Hey guys, it's Halo553. Welcome back to another Beyblade X unboxing. Today we're going to be checking out one of the latest collab pack releases from Hasbro, that being Miles Morales and the Green Goblin. Sorry, I have to say it like that. So, anyway, let's have a look at the packaging first. Love the artwork on this packaging. As you can see, we've got a very nice image of Miles Morales and Gobby up front. So Miles Morales, Green Goblin, Beyblade X. And on the back of the box, just goes over the comments and questions. So Miles Morales, we of course have the Miles Blade along with 160 and Gear Needle. And then Green Goblin, we have the Green Goblin Blade with the 980 ratchet and high taper. So let's get into this. So yeah, the listing for this popped up on Amazon in a few regions. So, and then here in Australia, it just got cited at EV Games Zing, which is a big surprise. So there's the Miles Blade. And then finally we have the Goblin Blade. So I'll get all the parts later on the table and we'll go over the bay and more questions. Okay, so here is Miles Morales and Green Goblin out of the packaging. So first off, we'll have a look at Miles Morales. Now both blades are actually remolds of Arrow Wizard. So pretty interesting to see that both blades are actually remolded from the same blade. So first off, we'll have a look at the Miles Morales blade. I do like the gear chip. I really like, you can actually see, it kind of looks like his spider sense is going off. So, pretty interesting design, we'll say, because it actually does have a bit more of his Venom Shock going on. But both sides are, at least with these contact points, they're not symmetrical. As you can see, this one probably has a little bit more weight to it on one side. So it's probably gonna be leaning towards more one side, which is pretty interesting. But I do like the design. I think it looks really, really good. I don't know, for comparison, here it is next to Arrow Wizard. So you can see that they do retain pretty similar shaping. And it will still have that trait of not being as balanced on one side, which is pretty interesting. But I will point out, the Miles and the Goblin Blade are a bit lighter than Arrow, so do keep that in mind. Still, very nice looking blade. There's the QR code to scan into the Beyblade X app. So, there's Miles. Next up, we have the 160 ratchet. Great ratchet to include, and a pretty nice colorway. Unfortunately, this one is pretty loose. It's not that great, as you can see. The locking mat on this isn't great, but not the end of the world. I mean, your mileage may vary, because you might actually end up with a pretty tight 160, but still, nice ratchet to include. Finally, for the bit, we have Gear Needle. I will say for Hasbro, nice to see this included, as this would make this the second release of Gear Needle, and it's now done in this really nice red color. Not the best bit, but still nice to see this included outside of Neon Crest. Now with this combination of parts, Miles Morales is marketed as a defense type, so pretty interesting. Now we're going to focus on the main blade I really wanted out of this pack. We have Green Goblin. So let's first have a look at the blade. Love how this looks. Obviously the blade definitely has I wish I could talk. The blade does invoke a lot of characteristics from his glider. Looks really, really cool. And you also do have the pumpkin bombs on two of the launch hooks. And I think that's the cannon from the glider. But yeah, I absolutely love the pumpkin bombs as the as the launch hooks. God, I can't talk today. Anyways, still really like the look of this blade. Looks really, really cool. Just for another comparison, here it is with Arrow Wizard again. So you can just see how they look. So, pretty cool. Yeah, absolutely love this design. I think it looks really, really good. And there's the QR code. Now for parts, we have the 980 ratchet. not the best ratchet, but love the colors on this. As you can see with this really nice purple, you get the black. I will say that the 980 ratchet I got with this with both the goblins I've opened up have been extremely tight. Like, there's some of the tightest ratchets I've handled. As you can see, it takes a lot of force to actually get that to unlock. So I will say burst resistance wise, this is going to be pretty solid. So definitely can't complain about that. And then for the bit, we have high taper. Nice to see high taper again after quite a while, because this has not really been made available quite a lot from Hasbro. But it's done this really nice orange. High taper's a really nice balance type bit. Really great for attack types that attack downward. So really great. So with this combination of parts, Green Goblin is a balance type, which I think is definitely not really fitting for his character, because he's anything but balanced. Alright, it's weighing in time. So let's weigh up the 2 bays from this collab pack. So we're gonna start off with Miles Morales. So the Gear Needle bit, this weighs 1.99 grams or 2 grams. The 160 Ratchet, this weighs 5.98 grams. And then the Miles Morales blade, this weighs 31.18 grams. The other Miles Morales blade I do have weighs 31.1, so this one's slightly heavier. But these are a little bit lighter than the original Arrow Wizard, because this one, mine, weighs 31.77. So there is about half a gram difference between Miles and Arrow. So I will say it's definitely not as big as a weight loss. It's definitely a bit closer than usual. So here's the full combo. I'll say it looks pretty cool. I'm just not too sure about the blue though. Still, nice looking combo. And this whole combo weighs 39.13 grams. Alright, so now let's weigh up Gobby. So the high taper, this weighs 2.25 grams. The 980 Ratchet, this weighs 6.69 grams. And then the Green Goblin blade, this weighs, with a voice crack, 31.59 grams. So Goblin does weigh quite a bit more than Miles, but it is about 0.2 grams lighter than Wizard, which that is not too bad, considering that it's actually only just a tiny bit lighter. So I can't really complain about that. So let's put the whole bay together. As you can see, that ratchet's really tight. So there's the full combo. Pretty funky colors. So the full combo weighs 40.5 grams exactly. So, I mean, decent weights. I mean, they're above 30 grams, but they're definitely not going to be really heavy hitters. But let's give both of these some test spins and some test battles. Alright, so now we're going to do some test spins with Miles Morales and Green Goblin. So first off, we'll start off with Miles. So now since it's on Gear Needle, I mean, the performance is as you would expect for a bay on Gear Needle. So nothing too crazy there. And now for Green Goblin on this high taper. Okay, so being on high taper, it's definitely a bit more aggressive. It's going to be interesting to see how the individual blades perform, considering that their shaping, while similar, are pretty different. But let's do some test battles with both of these bays. Oh, that last hit there, my gosh. Bitch just went flying out. Oh my god. Oh, that burst right there. Whoa. My look at the Miles Morales and Green Goblin collab pack. I will say for the most part this collab pack is okay. Now both of these being remolds of Arrow Wizard, I don't have a problem with that, but it just feels weird to have them both in the same pack. I would have much preferred having 2 different remolds from a different blade. Like maybe say this being from, I don't know, Phoenix Wing, for example. I'm really not too sure why they decided to go with the same blade for these remolds. But don't get me wrong, they look cool. Now performance-wise, very mixed. Miles Morales does pretty decently. Its shaping does allow it to have some really nice recoil and some decent attack potential. Green Goblin though, as you saw, even up against stock combo collab bays, it was struggling. It just does not have the same amount of aggression that it should, especially with its combo. So I could definitely see a use for Miles in, say, some lightweight tiers. Green Goblin, probably not. Parts-wise, I think the parts are pretty decent. I mean, Miles coming with 160 is really nice. Gear Needle, not so much. The 980 from Green Goblin, though, this is insanely tight. It's, like I said, it's one of the tightest ratchets. Like, you can see that takes a lot of force to turn. So, definitely worthwhile for this ratchet. And also for the high taper. High taper is a really great balance type bit. So, can I recommend this collab pack? I can, but probably do not pay the full MSRP for it. Maybe wait for a sale for this at some point. But I still think it's a pretty cool collab pack, and I do recommend it, but just maybe not at its full price. But that's going to do it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more Beyblade X videos in the future. Until then, I'll see you all in the next video.